For more on the race and what to expect tomorrow and next week as we go to Super Tuesday, we've got NBC's Peter Alexander right here in Orlando with us. Good
Handing
morning.
out hand warmers.
I know. Florida's not exactly what we expected. We got the sunshine. Let's talk about what's happening in South Carolina. Biden, according to polls, has opened up a big double-digit lead. Craig was just there. He knows it firsthand. But is that going to be enough, let's say, a big commanding victory in South Carolina to propel him on through Super Tuesday when you've got Sanders really being the front runner?
So here's a striking statistic for Joe Biden. This is his third time running for president, in 1988 and 2008. Now in 2020, he's still looking for his first state victory. He needs to get it in South Carolina tomorrow. The polls, as you've seen right now, look good for him at this point, up 20% in the latest polls that's out. 45% of African Americans right now in that poll supporting him. But keep an eye on the style points. He can't just win. He has to win with a significant margin. That margin will matter. He said he's looking for a springboard going forward, and he's going to need it because Super Tuesday is just a couple of days away.
Speaking of Super Tuesday, just 4 days from now, 1,300 delegates up for grabs there. Michael Bloomberg, Casey's interview there with Michael, one of the things that continues to, I think, strike a lot of folks, and here's a guy that's already spent $200-300 million, says he's prepared to spend at least that much more. What effect could Bloomberg have on Super Tuesday and this race moving forward, even if he's not a front runner?
Well, he still remains sort of an unknown at this point. This is the first time on Super Tuesday that his name will be on the ballots. The question is, will Americans be keeping a better eye on what he says in the ads that you see on television or the sort of subpar debate performances?
Showing that he's taking a big bite out of Biden?
It is. So that seems that if Biden does well, Bloomberg starts to sink. If Bloomberg does well, then Biden starts to sink. So the challenge
But meanwhile,
will be,
Sanders wins.
And Sanders surges ahead. One of the real challenges right now is consider California, right? It may not matter what happens in South Carolina because 2.7 million people have already voted in California, more than in all the other states combined.
All right, Peter.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you.
Let's have fun.